Hey guys, welcome back. What you're going to do today is we're going to close this door up. We're going to make it a group, and we're going to use this guys as reference. We're going to make some nice little windows here, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's go ahead and go to Create, Polygon Primitive, Plane. And just create a little plane here. And I want to rotate it in red, and the red is the X. 90 degrees. Okay. And we're going to do our best to sort of put this right in between our house here. Make sure it's big enough to fit. We're going to go to front view. Hold down spacebar, click the Maya, front. Okay, this is good. Go back to perspective just for a second. I'm going to put this back a little further. Let me see. Okay, you want it behind everything, so that's good. Okay, now we're going to go to Edit, Edge Mode, and then Edit Mesh Extrude. We're just simply going to bring this up. We're going to hit G to extrude again, or Edit Mesh Extrude. And we're going to bring it up again. Notice, it's outside the house, so we're going to scale it in. We're going to bring this down a little bit to about there. Bring it over. Okay, let's extrude it again. And bring it in a bit. Extrude it again. I'm sure by now you're starting to get the idea of how to do this. Let's extrude it again. Alright, so what did that do? Well, now we have a backing to our door, which is kind of important. You'll notice it's a little off here. So just go to Vertex. Grab that vert and just bring it in. Bring it forward. Nope, just bring it in a bit. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to grab all the parts of the door here. Go ahead and do that. And bring this thing out. Okay, just like that. Just bring that in a little bit. And we are going to create a door group. So go to Window, Hypergraph Scene Hierarchy. And you have all these pieces, right? That's fine. Let's go ahead and grab the whole door. Make sure you're in object mode here. And grab the whole door. It's these. Hit Control G on your keyboard. Right click, go to rename, and call this door. So that's my door group. Go to Modify, Center Pivot. So now we have our door group. You can name the parts if you'd like. Like you could call this maybe trim or frame. Oops. Never mind the noises you're hearing. It's early. Those are my alarms to tell me to wake up. And we're going to go to here and call this door body. This one is obviously the handle. And these are the hinges. Call that top hinge, bottom. The way I'm doing that, by the way, is I'm right-clicking and going to rename. We've already learned that, so it's nothing new. Okay, what's this one? This is just the house, so I'm not even going to bother naming that. Okay, now watch what's going to happen here. This is pretty cool, actually. If I hit Insert, right, and I bring this point over to about there, and then I hit Insert again, and I take my Rotate tool, so I could grab the door and watch. Open it. And obviously you'd want a little hole in the house or whatever, which we're not going to do, but that's what you would do eventually if you're modeling it and animating it. We would cut a little hole in the house. We're not going to do that, but that's what we would do. Okay, now that we have that grouped, what we're going to do is we're just going to take this frame and we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to bring it up here and make this way smaller. And wow, you guessed it, that's our window. It's kind of a hack, but it works. And what we want to do is we want to make this thing wider. And we're going to rotate it a bit. Actually, let's keep it straight. So we'll just make this thing fatter. I'm going to have to fix my house a little. Let's see. Yeah, let's fix the house a little. Take this out of reference. Let's go to vertex and grab these verts and just bring them up. And grab these verts and bring those up. Just grab these verts and bring those up. Just like that. Okay. Let's grab these guys. Bring those forward. And that's pretty good. That'll work. Okay. Now we already have the backing, so hit Control D. Just bring it up and scale it down. We don't like to do more work than we need to, right? So bring this up and over. It's not perfect, so we just have to kind of shrink it down there. Bring it up and bring it over. I'm just going to go to vertex now and just fix some of this. I'm just going to bring a few of these in here. Believe it or not, it's actually quicker than this is quicker than making the whole thing over again. So it might take a few minutes to adjust, but I definitely think it'll save you some time in the end. Okay, there you go. That looks cool. Now every window has those kind of things in the front here, so let's go ahead and make one. You could do a separate piece. You could do one full piece. Let me show what I mean. If I grab this vertex and bring it over, right? Edit mesh, insert edge loop tool. Take this one. This is not how the guy in the video does it, but this is how we could do it. Go to face. I'm actually going to group these two. I'm going to select them both. That's select this one, shift select this one, and Control G. Okay, caps lock is on. Control G. You see how this group's now attached because we duplicate it? Just middle mouse button it out. So again, what I did was this. I just selected it. I clicked my mouse wheel, and the plus will come out. I just drag it out. And rename this window. And that's frame and window body. We could delete the history and everything to get rid of this if this bothers you. You go to edit, delete by type history. Not a big deal. Okay, so grab the group, modify center pivot, just move it out. You know, we'll add a separate piece, it's just easier. Create polygon primitive cube. Create a little cube, go to your front view, bring it where it needs to be, side view. Go back to your perspective. And just scale this thing down. The height's good. Let's make it just a hair shorter. I'm just going to insert an edge loop real quick here. and scale it up like so. And I'm just going to bring this back in the window. Just make sure it fits okay. This is good. Alright, that looks nice. Right click, assign existing material, Lambert 2, just so I could see it. It looks a little too wide, so we're going to make it thinner. That's good. Okay. Now what we want to do is, if we go ahead and smooth this, it won't smooth right because we didn't insert all our edge loops. So, edit mesh, insert edge loop. We're going to put one up here. Again, this is fixing the smooth, right? So it smooths right. If we don't do this, it'll smooth. It'll be very round when you smooth it, and you won't have the a good result. It'll just look weird. Okay. So let's go ahead and smooth this thing and see what it looks like. That looks nice. If we smooth that, that looks nice. And just move it back in here. Just see what that looks like. Get an idea of what that looks like. Yep, that works. That looks very cool. So now that that's all squared away, we're going to add one more piece under it. So grab, you see how, okay, I have this spare piece. This is the middle of the window. Middle mouse button, hold it down and drag it into this group and let go with your mouse button. It will appear on the group. So just take the group, put it right back. And we're going to make one more piece under it. It's kind of a big, we want the window to be a little bit larger. Not as large as the door, but definitely larger. There you go. And we're going to take this piece and actually duplicate it. We're going to bring it down. And we're going to rotate it here, or channel box, 90 degrees. And we're going to bring it up. And you're going to make it bigger. Much bigger. Let's smooth that, just see what it looks like. Okay, that's good. And that looks nice, okay? If you want, you could add a little bit of design to this or what have you. It's your call. It's your house. I'm just going to make this thing a little bit fatter. Okay, there you go. Looks cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole group and Control D it. That will, as you see, we're going to rename this one front window and rename this rear window. And all I want you to do is duplicate this twice. Then we could rotate it. And put it at the side of your house here. You can make it a little smaller or bigger. That's completely up to you. Okay, that concludes this video. Rotating a little weird here. That concludes the video. In the next video, we will continue our journey into making a really nice looking cottage.